My name is Mark Hurt. I am a consultant on staff here with Mirabel Technologies. I want to welcome everyone to our webinar. Today we'll be talking about the inventory feature of Magazine Manager, as well as the long-anticipated Google Calendar integration. Just to remind everyone, we do have staff standing by to answer any questions you might have during the webinar. We will be answering these questions live. Over on your GoToWebinar control screen, there will be a chat area, or a questions area, where you can post your question and have your question answered real time. Before we get into the topics of the webinar today, I just want to remind everyone about our help system and our ticketing system here. In the upper right-hand area of the Magazine Manager, you'll see a little blue question mark. Clicking on this question mark will enable you to get into our help system, where whether you prefer to read or to watch videos to learn, we have a lot of support documentation and videos. We're continuously building the Learning Center video library. And over the next several weeks, you'll want to pay special attention to the new features area, where we will be putting up more videos regarding, I'm going to have an inventory video, actually, we're about ready to post. We're going to be having a video for the Google Calendar integration and some of the other new features that are going to be released here as part of our Magazine Manager version 2014 coming out in the next several weeks. Just to remind you, there are a lot of sales videos, Flex Report, and other admin videos available for the administrative users that are on the call today. As far as webinars are concerned, I remind you that we do have a section here in Help for webinars. We have a listing of our upcoming webinars that here's today's, the 18th, that you can sign up, read a short synopsis of what we're going to be covering during the webinars, and you can sign up right from within Help here to be a participant of any future webinars. If there's a webinar in the past that you want to review, you can go to the past webinars link here, and you'll see every webinar that we've ever conducted all the way down. And what you'll notice on each of the webinars is a link here to watch the video for the webinar, as well as look at all the questions and the answers that were presented during the webinar. So this is really good information, helpful for you, so that you can come back at any time and review anything or listen to or watch anything that you might have missed. Okay. The second item here, just want to remind everyone, if you're experiencing any kind of issue with the software, you need to report a bug or maybe make a software enhancement request, things like that, be sure to go to the Create Support Ticket area over here right by the Help ticket. Just want to remind everyone, everything in red, these are required fields. Two really important things I do want to remind everyone about every opportunity I can get is, number one, selecting the correct category whenever you're submitting a help ticket. These categories will help to route the tickets appropriately to the right support staff, and it will help to expedite the resolution of your ticket. As well, you want to put as much descriptive detail here in this text box, letting us know exactly what we need to do to reproduce the issue that you're experiencing so that we can help get it resolved for you. The more information, the more detail you can put here, the less back and forth question and answer, and the quicker the ticket can get resolved as well. Remember, you can take screenshots and upload up to 3 different files to support any one of the help tickets. Remember, too, that the help tickets can take anywhere between 5 and 7 business days, maybe a little bit longer, depending on the complexity of the issue being reported. So just want to go over those housekeeping items here at the beginning of the webinar, just as a friendly reminder to everyone. So let's go ahead and get into inventory. The first part of the inventory setup, I'm going to be talking specifically to my admins. So you want to be sure and log in to your site. As an administrator, you're going to log in, and you need to do a couple of things to set up the inventory controls for your site. Under Management, Site Setup, Website Setup, you'll come in here under Site-Wide Defaults to actually tell the software how to behave once an inventory item has been depleted. Here in the inventory section, you'll see this in this area. And what you're going to do, basically watering this all down, you're going to tell the system how to handle a proposal or how to handle a contract being added to the system if the item being sold by your sales rep has met or is getting close or has met the inventory limit. Now, when putting in proposals, you can opt to display a warning to the sales rep putting in the proposal that this inventory item is at limit and there are no more available, and you can still allow them to create it just by putting in a warning. If you want to stop all creation of new proposals, you can certainly check off the stop processing and not allow a sales rep to put in a new proposal if that inventory item has already been depleted. For contracts, and again, this is up to your choice if you're going to stop the processing or not for proposal. When it comes to contracts, I would encourage you to stop processing on contracts whenever an item that is inventoried has been depleted from the inventory. Now I'm going to, once I go through the rest of the setup, I'm going to log in as a non-administrator, as just a regular old sales rep, and show you guys what the interface is going to, how it's going to behave when putting in a proposal and also converting and putting in a contract. Now, one thing you do need to realize here, that if we are in a stop situation where we're going to stop contracts or stop proposals from being added if we've depleted the inventory, just a note here, administrators will still be able to add those items even if the stop option is checked. So if you as an administrator want to override that, you can certainly open up that proposal or open up the contract as you're logged in as the administrator and go ahead and convert it to a contract and let it into the system. So there is that, that admin override. Now, once you've set up these options for how to handle the inventory in the software, be sure to press Save at the bottom and press Done. Once you've told the software how to handle it, now let's go in and actually set up the inventory for one of our products. And there's a number of ways to do that. You can come into the Management Site Setup, Website Setup, and come down to the Products area for a list of your products. And I'm going to go ahead and work with my favorite Organic Delights 1 product. And if I go in and edit this product, I'm going to actually see a button here at the bottom of the window. It says Inventory. And this is going to start my inventory wizard, okay? So I'm just going to go ahead and start the wizard now. And once the wizard gets started here, I'm in 2013. And I'm going to choose what initial issue that I'm going to set up the inventory for. So I'm going to go ahead and set it up for start with October. And what you're going to see here in a few minutes is by the end of the wizard, we're going to actually be able to copy this inventory definition from this one issue to all the issues that we have in the system, all right? So we're going to start with October. Go ahead and press Next. Now, the first option here you're going to have, before our inventory only tracked inventory for ad sizes. It didn't do anything with premium positions like front cover, inside front cover, or premium products like center spreads or the insert cards or things like that. So one thing you're going to do here is you're going to tell the system, I want to track how many two-page spreads that I can have in my magazine. Let's say as a production manager, you don't want any more than 3 or 4 four-page spreads in the magazine. Regardless if they're premium positions or not, you just don't want that, any more than that many two-page spreads. So we're going to turn on the two-page spread so that we can set a value for that. And what you can do is look over any of the ad sizes that you have for this product in this issue, and you can choose to control inventory. We're not going to turn on inventory for half-page horizontal or quarter-page verticals because, we want our sales reps to sell as many of these things as we can. So you don't have to inventory everything, but you can control inventory for some of the ad sizes. Now, once we select what ad sizes we want to control the inventory for, the next option we're going to have is to choose what special premium positions that we want to track the inventory for. And so and for this particular product, in the rate cards for the product, we have premium positions front cover, inside front cover, and inside back cover. So we definitely want to set up the inventory for those because we only have one page for each of these items. And once they're sold, they're gone. We'll press Next. And this is where you'll actually set them up. Now, I've gone through this before and I've done this, but when you first set up, this is all going to be blank. So for your ad sizes available, your two-page spread, we decided we're only going to have 4. So I've double-clicked in here and I've set up 4. All right, for the golf hole-in-one sponsor, I'm only going to allow, well, for this issue, we're going to allow 2 sponsorships. So I'm going to set that one as 2 and so forth. And you go down the list and you set how many of these effective pages we're going to allow, or effective items we're going to allow here. Now, once we select these items, then we're going to go to the front cover, inside front cover and back cover. And just to show you here, whenever you come in, they're first set to 0. So instead of going down and setting one effective page that we're going to have for ad sales for the front cover, inside front cover, back cover, we can just set all values to this button here at the bottom. We're going to set all values to 1. Set the values, and that automatically populates 1 for everything. It's just a little efficiency time saver trick there for you. Now, what this is saying again here is this is saying that we have 1 page available for the inside back cover. So if a sales rep sells half a page ad, we still have half a page left. So if we sell 2 half-page ads, then anything beyond that, the inventory feature is going to kick in and give the warning or stop processing once that page is filled up. If we have a half-a-page ad and somebody's trying to, on the inside front cover, and someone else comes through and tries to sell a full page, they're not going to, because that's going to put us over our effective 1-page limit for that. So you can have 4 quarter pages, 2 half pages, 1 full page, etc. As long as the sum of all your ad sizes as long as that sum does not exceed 1. Okay? So once you have this, and it's pretty straightforward, once you have this set up for your special positions as well, go ahead and press next, and we have a summary of what we have going on here at the top. Special positions, ad sizes, all right, 5 ads, 1 ad, 2 ads, 4 ads, and so forth. Now, we can certainly copy this definition not only to the Organic Delights, but also maybe even to Healthy Eats, all right? I just hold my control key down on my keyboard, and I select or deselect any of these other guys. But I'm going to use this inventory definition for Organic Delights for all the issues that I have here in Organic Delights, all right? So I'm going to select the first, October 2013, which is where we've started. I'm going to scroll all the way to the bottom here, shift, click, and that's going to click everything on this list, all right? And so once I have everything selected, I want to copy this inventory definition to this product for all these issues. I'm going to select copy, and I get a confirmation here that this is the product and set of issues to which this inventory definition has been successfully copied. Press OK, and I'm done. As an administrator, I've just turned on, configured the site to tell it how to treat inventory, and then I've set up what inventory that I want to have for each of my issues. So at this point, I'm going to log out, and I'm going to log in as Mr. Ad Seller here, A Seller. So what I'm doing is I'm logging in as a non-administrator, as a sales rep. All right. So in my sales rep, I'm working with my company, the Magazine Manager, and I'm going to go ahead here to my customer file, and I'm getting ready to put together a new proposal for the Magazine Manager. They want to actually buy the front cover of the December 2013 issue. So being the good sales rep that I am, I'm going to go check out the inventory report and take a look and see what's on there, because I want to see if it's already taken or not. So I'm going to come into Sales, and under Sales is where the inventory report is on this site. If you don't have this inventory report, once you start using the inventory, just put in a help ticket, and our help staff will help get that enabled or turned on your site. It is on some sites, I think, already. But if it's not on your site, look here under Sales. On some sites, I think I've also seen it under the Report Sweep, Inventory Report. What you're looking for is a report called Inventory Report. I'm going to launch the Inventory Report. And in the inventory report, I'm going to look for the Inventory Organic Delights 1 2013 December issue. All right. I want to specifically find the inventory report for that product and issue. I press the search button, and here we go. Here is the inventory for this exact issue. Now, if you see a green circle here, checkbox, this means that we still have inventory left. Not everything has been sold yet. 2 of 4 available have been sold. 0 of 1, 0 of 5 have been sold. Check out the caution sign here. What this means is, be careful, caution, the front cover, 1 of 1 has already been sold. Really, who bought it? I click the expansion here, and I see what client bought and what sales rep sold this one here. Well, I'm going to be a stubborn sales rep, and I'm going to put my contract in anyway, because The Daily Bugle, they always cancel at the last minute, so I'm getting my name in the pot, as a backup maybe. All right. So there's the inventory report. I'm going to go ahead into my proposals, and I'm going to create a new proposal for my client. So I select New Proposal button, go to Organic Delights. I'll use the combo template, add a line item to this template. And if you recall, whenever we set up the inventory for proposals, we set it up to only give us a warning, but to go ahead and let that proposal be created, even if the inventory condition has been met, which in this case, we have confirmed it's been met over here on the inventory report. We see that it's been met. Back in the proposals, we're going to select the product, and we're going to sell into the Organic Delights 1 product. Choose the Organic Delights rate card, and we're going to sell a full page, and we're going to sell it to the front cover, okay? No inventory warning here yet because we don't even know what issue we're selling into yet, right? You have to choose what issue it's going in so that inventory can take a look and see what's there and what's not. So we keep on coming through, and we are going to go to the issue. We're going to select the issue December 2013. Press Next, and this is where our over inventory limit warning appears. All right? It's like, hey, listen, you're putting in something for the front cover on the December 2013 issue here, and take a look. It's not available. We're over the limit. Well, I'm going to put mine in anyway. I'm going to proceed here because I want to get my name in the pot just in case the Daily Bugle backs out, which they always do. So I've created a proposal as a sales rep, and I can come down and take a look at my proposal here, and here's what it is. And somebody changed my graphic on me here. Shh, please don't disturb. Okay, so here's my proposal. Here's the inside front cover premium position. We have a processing fee, $4.99. Okay, good. Looks good. I'm going to send it to my client. They're going to sign it. They're going to send it back. All right. Couple of days later, I log into my machine. I open the mail, and my client, the magazine manager, has sent me their signed proposal. So now that signed proposal is now a contract. So I need to come into my proposals here, find that proposal, Organic Delights one I just made right here, and I'm ready to convert this to a contract, okay? So I come in here, and I want a proposals menu, convert to contracts. Inventory check failed. Front cover, Organic Delights. The 2 of 1 have been sold. We're over inventory. You cannot proceed. You do not have the proceed button here. I'm stuck. I'm a sales rep. I can't do anything now. I've got to forward this to my manager or to my sales director and say, listen, we're over inventory. The Daily Bugle, they always cancel. I need you to log in as an admin and go and convert this proposal to a contract for me. And the admin will be able to do it, but non-administrators will not. And this is how the software is going to actually respond to you. And if I don't remember, there's that inventory taken up. I don't remember who it was. Wait, how was that already taken? Who took it? I go to my sales, go to my inventory report, check out Organic Delights 1, December issue, take a look, position front cover. Oh, yeah, those guys did it. Well, let me sell them another front cover. Let me just see what's available in 2014. I'm going to look at all my issues of 2014 and check out the inventory report for that. So here are all of my different issues for 2014, and I can expand here and look at. I've got green across the board. I've got my whole year right here, inventory report. Expand, 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 expand. And I can just scroll down the list here and go, okay, April, they're open, front cover. Well, let me just go ahead and sell them this, and I'll go ahead and propose a new contract for them this way. Okay, so that's how the inventory report works. If you're over inventory for some reason, you're not going to have the green checkbox. You're not going to have the yellow exclamation point. You're actually going to have a big red kind of stop sign, kind of ugly looking thing, drawing your attention to the fact that we have too many contracts in the system, and that may happen, and you may want to do that. You may want to oversell a position for whatever reason, anticipating a cancellation. Okay, so that is inventory. As it currently is right now on your site. If you want to use this, want to set that up, you can do that. Now, I did have a question from a client yesterday that prompted a really good point here I want to make sure and make to you. You may have sales reps who may have 5 different proposals out in the community, out among advertisers, and they may all 5 be for the front cover. But you have to know that none of those 5 received any kind of inventory warning because there are 0 contracts yet for that front cover. So really, this is a case of first come, first serve. You may have 5 out, and the 5 people may not receive that inventory warning because there's no contract. What's there to warn against? There's no contract. So what I would do as a best practice, if I were you, when you start implementing the inventory controls, have your sales reps take a look at this report and see what's available, see what's not. They may even actually want to go in and do the report suite and go into the sales run sheet. Not the sales run sheet, I'm sorry. Go into report, sales, and go to the pipeline forecasting report. Look at this report for that issue, for Organic Delights, and this is what I'm going to show you. This is a way for them to look at what all proposals are out there that have not even been converted to a contract. So I'm selecting Organic Delights 2013 December. Converted to contracts? No. This is going to pull back all of those 5 or 6 proposals that are out there for that front cover here. And they can tell what clients have it and what clients don't and so forth. So this is a good place for them to just take a look and see, what all is out there. The inventory report's not showing anything sold. Show me all of the not converted to contract. Show me all the proposals that are out there and how many are here for the full page. Okay? So that's something that came up I think is noteworthy because you will encounter that question. You will encounter that scenario. Sales reps with proposals out. Nobody's converted to a contract yet, so the inventory trigger is not going to be pulled until it's converted to a contract. Okay? All right, let me take a quick peek here. Okay, looks good. So I'm going to shift gears a little bit here, and I'm going to talk about now the Google Calendar integration for the Magazine Manager. A few things I want to lay out up front, let you guys know that the Google Calendar integration, what we are supporting, what we have put in place, what we are putting in place, is the ability for you to sync with the Magazine Manager your Google Calendar that you've created in a Google account. If you do not yet have a Google account, you must first set up a Google account, set up a calendar or have a calendar in that Google account, have your username and your password in order to integrate that Google Calendar here in the Magazine Manager. All right, that's very, very important. If you don't have a Google account yet, you don't have a Google Calendar yet, then you don't really have anything to integrate here. So if you want to use that integration in the Google Calendar into here, and we'll look at a couple of places where that can be beneficial and how other devices can have calendars and stuff. I'm going to look at that here in a minute. But just to let you know, up front, we're going to be putting in place and we're going to be supporting the Google Calendar integration into the Magazine Manager. All right. So this, I'm on a test site here that we're using to test this. I will let you know currently that this feature is in beta, internal beta. We are preparing to open up. We have a few slots left available for external beta testers. Now know that this feature is in beta, so there are still some issues that we're working out before we roll it out live to everyone. If you are interested in becoming a trusted, true friend of Magazine Manager and want to become a beta tester, understanding that it is in beta and that there may be some issues you're going to help us report and work through, we certainly encourage you to open a help ticket and put like a general info and just put in the subject line Google Calendar Beta Tester, or let us know that you, your site, your company would like to help us be a beta tester. Not everyone who requests to be a beta tester are going to be beta testers, just to let you know. We do have a small group of slots that we are allocating for that. So if you are interested at all, let us know. Now, when is this coming? This should be coming in beta within the next probably 3 to 5 weeks. We're just under a month away. We're almost ready to have this rolled out to beta testing. But we are so excited. We've been working so hard on this, and we've been talking to so many of our clients about this. We felt now is a really good time to go ahead and show you guys what it's going to look like and give you some of these prerequisites that are going to be in place for you to be able to use this Google Calendar integration. All right? So with that being said, having those formalities out of the way, I'm going to go ahead and click on today's date from the Google Calendar, from the Magazine Manager calendar here. I'm just going to click on the 18th. You'll notice that everything looks a lot different as far as the calendar. You're going to have the day view. You're going to have a week view available. You can have the 2-week view available. You can have the month view available. All right, we're used to having this come up in the month view. So I'm going to look at the week view right now. This is how and I'm just going to keep flipping back and forth a lot. This is my professional Google Calendar account. Whenever I support my clients and I tell you guys, take a look at my calendar, see what's available, let's put you on the calendar. This is my Google Calendar. I use this every day, day in and day out, to track appointments and to track everything I have to do. Earlier in testing and preparing for the webinar, I did go ahead and synchronize this Google Calendar. But the thing is, when you first come in, if you are not connected to the Google Calendar sync, you have to press this button in the upper left-hand corner here to connect. Now, whenever you connect, you're going to have this, this dialog pop up. Pay close attention, because if you're logged into Google and any other web page in the web browser, it may not be the Google account that you want to synchronize. So just make sure up here in the upper right-hand corner that this is, in fact, the Google account that you want to synchronize your calendar with. All right? And this is the account I want to sync with. And this is saying, hey, give us permission. We want to, create this connectivity in the background. And yep, this is what I want. You press accept. Now, the very first time you do this, you will have to put in your Google username and your Google password here. You got to have the username and password in order to authenticate and create this connection. All right, so go ahead and press accept. And once it accepts and once it does its handshaking thing and starts figuring out who's who and what's what, we notice that we're waiting for the site, and we're actually going to come in here and it's going to actually refresh. All right, and we are still down here. The first time you do this, it's going to take a couple of seconds. It's transferring data. It's getting all these appointments that you have. It's loading. It's here, and we're connected. We're synced. Okay, this is the same week view. If you want to pay attention to these things, I have the 1:30, then 3 o'clock little testing I put in there earlier. It's the same items. These are the same items I have over here on my regular Google Calendar. Just to prove to you, this is not smoke and mirrors. This stuff really does work. I'm going to open up, let's see, Saving Safari. I have a 4:30. I don't want to open up that one. Let me just do it this way. I'm going to add a new event to my Google Calendar. So I'm going to click here, and here's the add event. I clicked on Thursday the 17th at 9 a.m., and that's what comes up, Thursday 17th, 9 a.m. And this is going to be my very first test item, okay? And I can go ahead and save here, or I can edit some details. Let's go into some greater details here and see. You can put in a reminder. We're going to talk about reminders here in a second here, but you can put in a reminder. The meeting type, this meeting type is actually populated from the meeting types and activities that you have set up in the website setup here. So this, you should be familiar with this list. We're going to have a manager sales meeting, okay? We're going to put a note in here. This is a really important closing meeting, okay? Putting a note in here, location, teleconference, stuff like that, all right? I'm going to go ahead and save this meeting. Now this meeting is loading, refreshing. This is where it's sending stuff back and forth to Google, it's doing its thing. And our meeting is right here, Thursday 17th, 9 a.m., very first test item. Let's go over to Google, see what happens on Thursday at 9 a.m. All right, in here right now, but let's refresh this page. Refresh the web page in Google. Take a look at what I see here. 9 to 10, very first test item. It's synced. It's in Google now. It's also in Magazine Manager. If I click it open, here's that where teleconference I put in. Here's that note I put in. Here's everything. Let's say we don't want it 9 to 10. We want it 9 to 12, 9 to 1, because we're going to include a work lunch, a power lunch, as a kind of a, hey, welcome aboard, let's have lunch. So I'm going to save the change in Google Calendar. Made this thing now from 9 to 1. Go back to Magazine Manager Calendar. And I'm just going to go ahead and refresh the calendar here by pressing the Refresh Tab button up here in the upper right-hand corner. And it's going to take a second to refresh. loads, and there's my 9 to 12. So if I set it up in here, it syncs to Google. I set it up or change it in Google, syncs to here. It's all really, really good stuff. All right? So let's use this as a real sales rep is going to use this. So we're going to our client magazine manager. It's not going to be the magazine, it's going to be the magazine. There we go. All right, so let's go to our client magazine manager, all right? And I'm going to go ahead in here, and this Mark fella, I like working with him. He seems to be a pretty easy guy. He says yes to all the money and everything. So I'm going to set up a meeting with Mark. So I'm going to set up a meeting here. And the meeting type is going to be a cold call because he's brand new, but I hear he's a good guy. And I'm going to set up this meeting for today, later today, at 6 p.m. It's going to be a dinner conference meeting, okay? All right. Here's the meeting. Save the information. Ignore that. Okay. So the information is saved. I now have a meeting on the client record. All right. Cold call meeting. Talk about stuff. So let's go back to, and this is supposed to be on 10/18 at 6 p.m. So let's go back to my calendar here. And I want to refresh my tab here. Refresh my calendar. Make sure it shows up. And 10/18, 6 p.m. Let's let it load and refresh. Here's my 6 p.m. meeting that I added through the company record, through the contact record. I added to set up a meeting like I would schedule any other meeting. Shows up on my meeting list here. Go to my home tab, refresh my home tab. My meeting for today at 6 p.m. shows up here like we're used to seeing it. It's everywhere here. Okay. Come in here to my Google Calendar tab, and I'm about to throw you guys a really cool curveball here in a second. Check this out. I'm going to refresh my tab here. Click scroll down here. It's in Google. There's my 6 p.m. meeting. All right. Now, I'm an iPhone user, so I like to have my, and I do in real life, I have my work calendar synchronized with my iPhone. So I'm right now turning on my iPhone. I have this thing called Air Server where I can display my iPhone on the screen here. And now you're looking at my iPhone. I just picked up my iPhone, didn't do anything else with it. And if there are any flirty texts, I apologize ahead of time here. But here's my calendar. Notice the bottom row, Friday 18. This is the standard iCal. This is the standard calendar application that's built in iOS. I'm on iOS 7. So I'm going to click Friday the 18th, all right? And I click into my calendar here. And I scroll down here to the 18th. Wait, let me close my calendar here. Hang on a second. Ignore the man behind the green curtain here. Okay. And look at this. Right here, 6 p.m. I'm going to click this guy. There is that meeting I just set up in Magazine Manager on the company record. It's here on my iPhone. I open it up. Here we go. We're going to talk about stuff. This is our 6 to 7 p.m. meeting. So without anything else that I've done, I have this calendar, Google Calendar, that I normally have set up on my smartphone, on my iPhone. I have it here, specifically iOS 7, Apple product. I have it here. Now, if you're all right, Mark, I've got my iPhone. I've got an iPhone, but I don't have my Google Calendar synchronized or linked on my iPhone. How do I do that? I'm just going to take you real quickly through that, but there's a lot. There are much better videos on YouTube and other places on the web that are going to show you how to do it, but I'm just going to quickly run through how to do it. If you're on your iPad, your iPhone, whatever, go to Settings, and then under Settings, scroll down here to the Mail Contacts and Calendars here, and then under here, you actually have these accounts here, and I have an account. I added my Mirabel Technologies account. This is my Google account. Notice that saying mhurd@magazinemanager.com. I turned off mail, turned off contact. I just turned on calendar, all right? So with that calendar turned on, the native iOS calendar app is going to actually have that calendar available. Now, let's say, well, Mark, I've got my calendar synchronized and everything, but I don't see it, or I see too many calendars. How do I turn on and off calendars? Well, here at the bottom with the calendars option, I'm going to click calendars, and I can turn on and turn off that Mark Hurt. I've got another one I did just through testing, Sync with Magazine Manager. I can show whatever, but this is my main calendar account that I use, and I will use this every day for work. I wake up in the morning, I look and see how timely I need to be at work, if I've got a 9 a.m. Appointment or not, and I have this sync, and that's it. That's all there is to it. Have the 18th, have my calendar. I can scroll days 19, 20. Here's next week. You know, here's what's going on. I mean, this is all of this that you see here on my calendar in my iPhone is the same stuff that's in my Google Calendar, which is the same stuff that's in my Magazine Manager calendar. Now, is that not cool or what? I am so excited that we're here. We finally made it. We've got the Google Calendar. We've got it ready for beta testing, and it's going to be good to go. All right? Now, I know a lot of people like to use other email and other calendar clients like Outlook or Firebird or stuff like that. I will tell you through some initial testing that if you're going to have this calendar fully synchronized through Outlook, you are going to have to use a third-party tool to have that done. Right now, if I add this calendar to my, and I believe I already have it added, and because we have a little extra time, and I'm going to areas that I didn't plan on, but I'm going to go here. This is my Outlook account. I've got the same M. Hurd Magazine Manager account right here. I'm going to go to my calendar, and this is this is one of my Google calendars that I have synced in here. Here's the deal. If you just throw this calendar in here, there's some good YouTube videos. There's some good documentation help on the web. If you search for it, you'll find out how to do this. Will you just straight away add this Google Calendar here? I'll tell you right now, it's a read-only calendar. You will see the calendar, you will see your events, but it's read-only. To make it fully synchronized like it is with Magazine Manager, like it is on my iPhone, you're going to have to do your own research, and you're going to have to have your IT staff help you out and find out what's going to be the best way to synchronize this with this. But it is possible. It is definitely possible, but it's going to take a little bit of setup work, a little bit of time on your part to do that. So just to let you know, it's there, it's possible, and that is something, though, that part of it you're going to have to work with your internal IT staff to figure out the best way to implement that. All right? I'm going to take just a moment here and be right back with you in a moment. All right, thanks. Sorry about that, guys. So another couple of things I wanted to talk about. Remember in this 9 a.m. Calendar item, if you come into the extra details or edit the details, all right, you've got this reminder, and, Google, this is a standard built-in, give me a 5-minute reminder, 15-minute at start reminder. This reminder, if you set this reminder will actually display if you have the, through the Google Calendar website, or on your iOS, it'll show up as an alert or a calendar there. Alerts and reminders do not appear here within Magazine Manager, but if you set a reminder to start, it will appear wherever what other calendar clients that you use, it will show up there. So just to let you know, when you set this alert, it will happen. You can set your calendar items to repeat if you want to, things like that. A couple of things I want to point out, whenever you set up your account, or if you have multiple calendars on a Google account, just to know that the Google Calendar account, that will synchronize when you put in the credentials. For example, Mark Hurd or mhurd@magazinemanager.com, it will sync your primary calendar here listed at the top, just to let you know. So whenever you set up your account, you plan on doing several calendars, just know that it will sync with the top calendar. Now, if you have personal appointments on this calendar, we don't distinguish between whatever's on this calendar will be synchronized with your magazine manager. So if it's on this calendar, it'll be there. Perhaps you want to consider creating a personal calendar in this login here, and then from like your iOS device, if you want to have these personal events pop up in your iPhone or something, turn that calendar on here in the iOS device. Hang on a second. Let me turn on my Air server. I'm not mirroring. There we go. So in your calendars, maybe let's say the sync with Magazine Manager. I'm syncing this calendar because this is my personal calendar. I would put all of my personal appointments on my personal calendar, keeping all professional appointments on my mhurt@magazinemanager.com calendar, so that only those professional appointments get synchronized here on my Magazine Manager calendar here within the software. Okay. We're going to leave the line open here for about 5 more minutes maybe. I wanted to thank everyone for attending today's webinar. I know we have a lot of people who are just as excited as we are to get this going, becoming beta testers. Remember, if you are a beta tester and selected to help us, you know, as with any beta testing, anticipate small issues here or there as we roll it all out, get it all ready for live production rollout. Again, my name is Mark Hurt. I'm on the consultant team here at Mirabel Technologies Magazine Manager, and I thank you all. Have a great day.